Hey viewers, what's up? Just a quick note before we get started. I do recommend you go back and check out my part 1 of this Victory Demo Day series. It's of the 2015 Victory Gunner, and basically the Gunner is Victory's base model cruiser. The rest of the bikes, like this one, are just derivations from the Gunner. So I don't go as in-depth about the fundamentals of Victory's cruisers as I do in that video. So I do recommend you check that out and have fun. Also, big thanks to Tracy Motorsports for hosting this demo day. I had a blast, and there's a link in the description.
That was neutral. So we're on the 2015 Victory Vegas 8-ball. I actually had to look down and see which one I'm on. I really can't discern the four of them, except for the high ball, I think it's called, which has the raised handlebars, and it's easy to pick that one out. Can't say I disagree with his song choice. So yeah, the Vegas 8-ball. The throttle actually feels a lot more looser than the hard ball that I just rode, which is good for, you know, throttle response, I guess. Throttle response, and it's just super smooth, so that when you're trying to get those, you know, when you just want a little throttle, you can get it easily. How about that? That sounds good. But I mean, I say it in every single one of these videos, and I will say it in my last video as well. All the cruisers are practically the same bikes, they just have slightly different characteristics to them. This one happens to have a bigger front wheel. Yeah, that loose throttle is actually, I mean, it allows for a lot more throttle response, of course, and just the ability to just nail it. Which I would expect on the one I rode previously, the hard, whatever the fuck it's called, the hard 8-ball, because that one's got the fatter tire, which should mean, you know, more stickiness, or at least that's what I'm hoping that they were going for, which should mean that they should allow for more power to get through. Maybe they just don't want you to use it all because it has more power, so they, you know, tighten up the throttle. I'm not sure. Man, when there's no wind, I can feel these bikes are spectacular. The wind has to ruin it all, of course. And of course we've got plenty of it here in California. Yeah, this is quite nice. I think it's better than the Gunner, and it's up there with the hard 8-ball. I guess that front wheel sort of allows for that larger front wheel sort of allows for, you know, a little bit of a different turning, I guess you could say. Yeah, the turning does feel nice. Obviously, it's as comfortable as all hell. I'm running out of things to say. I mean, like I said, it's almost the exact same bike as the Gunner. It just has a bigger front wheel. Plus, I think the Gunner just sort of had, I think it might have a little bit of a weird problem. I don't know what exactly, but for some reason, whenever I would try and push it down into first gear, I mean, you hear it in the video, it literally, like, it doesn't want me to. It wants me to go into neutral. And I guess these bikes have some sort of a neutral safety feature, I guess you could say, or just an aid, so that when you're downshifting, you go straight into you can go straight into neutral instead of going down into first. Whereas, you know, on like my bike, you have to sort of feel out neutral. So this is the third bike I've ridden. I'm having a total of, like, I don't know, 5 minutes between each ride, so... Oh god, that fucking hurts. hoping that sound comes through well in the video, because it's quite an awesome sound. But finally, I mean, this is what these bikes are meant for, you know, cruising. Maybe not in this much of traffic or at this much of speed, but even here it feels so good. I could easily see riding down the coast road on one of these things. Oh man, that would be awesome. Except for the more technical parts, those might be a little bit more like peg scraping. But this, I mean, going this way, for some reason the wind is severely less. Exponentially less. So it just offers a much better ride. And this feels great. This is awesome. I mean, the bike sits pretty at doing, you know, 70 miles an hour at, God, I would say, let me just listen for a second. Yeah, I'd say it's doing around 2,000, 25,000, 2,500, around there. In between there, of course, which is nothing. That's like a car. Uh-oh, we need gas. I love how on the speedometer, I've just noticed, it goes all the way up to 120, and then it turns into really small numbers after that, like 140, 160, 180, and 200. They're like, yeah, 120, you're not gonna go faster than that. So we'll just make it indiscernible. Once again, I cannot argue with his song choice. Oh, we got an officer of the law. We break so many laws on these demo rides. I don't know. Hey, can you hear that? Can you hear that? No wind. Finally, it's not as windy of a day. We're actually standing next to the 750. You know what I just realized? I was just standing here looking at the bike, and my left side spool is gone. Like, WTF. I guess that's why they use blue thread locker on these things. Luckily, they hold up pretty well. But yeah, I thought I wouldn't be riding on my bike, just because I like to switch it up every now and then, you know. And by the way, at the time of me recording this, I was sitting pretty at 298 subscribers. So I'm guessing by the time I upload this, I'll have 300 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. I love it. I love all of you. And I hope I can continue to amuse you and open you up to new bikes, hopefully. But that leaves 200 more subscribers to get to my next milestone, which should be a lot of fun for me and for you guys. But anyway, you just finished watching my first ride / first impressions video of the 2015 Victory Vegas 8-ball. Yeah, that's what it's called. A couple of times in the video I called the Hammer 8-ball, the something, it was wrong, whatever it was. The Vegas 8-ball, it was a great bike. It was up there with one of my favorites. I think I'd rank it as third. But it was a great bike to ride. I mean, I'm 90% sure that the front wheel that was on that bike was bigger than the rest of the bikes that I rode, the rest of the cruisers that Victory makes. Because otherwise, if they didn't make anything different with that bike, it would just be the Gunner, just with, you know, slightly different lines on it. So I'm guessing they put a bigger front wheel on it, which actually I did notice. It did have a little bit of a handling advantage over the Gunner, I feel. But I tried to cut together as much fun stuff in this video as possible because, like I said, all four of these cruisers so similar. I'm running out of things to talk about in each of the videos. The next video with the high ball will be a lot of fun because I really like that bike. And the Vegas was fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you like me as a person, go ahead and subscribe. But whatever you decide to do, always remember to keep the sticky side down and have a great day. quite an experience. Those 106 cubic inches really shine through.